What's up, guys? This is Chris from DraftDashboard.com. Here are my DFS picks for MLB Friday, May 26th. These picks apply for DraftKings and FanDuel. Before I get started, please drop a like on this video and hit that red subscribe button and hit that bell icon so you don't miss our new videos. In this video, I'm going to go over my top picks for today's MLB slate. And if you stick around to the very end of this video, we'll use the Draft Dashboard tools to make a DFS lineup using the picks we just made. Okay guys, we have a 12-game MLB slate tonight, so let's take a look at the pitcher position. So I'm not in love with the studs on this slate, so I'm going to try to save some salary here at pitcher. I like Patrick Corbin. He's got a massive pitching advantage here over a low-salary batting team, the Kansas City Royals. Patrick Corbin only giving up a .560 OPS versus lefties, facing 4 lefties here tonight. And the Royals have only hit 3 out of his last 17 pitches. That's a 176 batting average. So Patrick Corbin is $8,100 FanDuel salary. He's $2,200 less on DraftKings, averaging 23 fantasy points per game on the season. Now he does have an ERA of 4.47. Record is 3-5, pitching an average of 89 pitches per game. So I like Patrick Corbin here versus the Kansas City Royals. Okay, let's take a look at the catcher first base position. So I like Francisco Alvarez. He has a 64% batting advantage over a low-salary pitcher, Connor Seabold. Francisco Alvarez batting 61% better versus righty pitchers, batting a .973 OPS versus righties. Connor Seabold pitching his worst ball versus righty batters, giving up a .923 OPS versus righties. So there's no at-bats versus Seabold yet. Francisco Alvarez is $3,200 FanDuel salary, 100 more on DraftKings, averaging 9 fantasy points per game on the season. And he's got a batting average of .261, but take a look at his last 5 games. Scored 12, 25, 6, 31, and 26 fantasy points. And Vegas thinks there's going to be 11.5 runs scored in this game. That's their over-under. So I like Francisco Alvarez here versus Connor Seabold. Now another value play at the catcher first base position is Freddie Fermin. He has a 42% batting advantage over a low-salary pitcher, Patrick Corbin. Freddie Fermin batting 21% better versus lefty pitchers, batting a 1.122 OPS versus lefties. Patrick Corbin pitching 22% worse to righties as he does lefties, giving up a .714 OPS versus righties. Now there's no at-bats versus Corbin yet. Freddie Fermin is $2,700 FanDuel salary, 100 less on DraftKings, averaging 10 fantasy points per game on the season. He has a batting average of .278, scored fantasy points in all 5 of his last games. So I like Freddie Fermin here versus Patrick Corbin. Before I continue with the picks, I'm excited today because we added a new contest for everyone watching. If you want to enter the drawing for $25 PayPal, all you need to do is like this video, hit that subscribe button, and make a quick comment below to be entered into the drawing. We'll reply to a random comment and let you know that you won. And then we'll send you $25 PayPal. So it's that easy, and we pick a new winner every Saturday and announce them in our video. So get your comment in now so I can add another entry for you. Okay, let's take a look at the second base position. I like Gleyber Torres. He's got a 42% batting advantage over Joe Musgrove. Gleyber Torres batting a .792 OPS versus righties. Joe Musgrove pitching his worst ball by far to righty batters. 44% worse than his other pitches, giving up a 1.186 OPS versus righties. So Gleyber Torres is 3,200 FanDuel salary, 1,700 more on DraftKings, averaging 11 fantasy points per game on the season, scored fantasy points in all 5 of his last games. There's a couple of monsters in there, 44, 12, 19, a 9, and a 3. So I like Gleyber Torres here versus Joe Musgrove. Okay, let's take a look at the third base position. Here's another value play. I like Owen Miller with a 39% batting advantage over a low salary pitcher, Alex Wood. Owen Miller batting a .822 OPS versus lefties. Alex Wood pitching his worst ball versus righty batters, 54% worse than his pitch to lefties, giving up a .877 OPS versus righties. Now, Owen Miller is 0 for 2 versus Wood, but he's only 2,800 FanDuel salary, 100 more on DraftKings, averaging 9 fantasy points per game on the season. He has a batting average of .333, and he scored fantasy points in 3 out of his last 5 games, but all 3 of those scores are pretty good. 12, a 37, and a 19. So I like Owen Miller here versus Alex Wood.
Real quick, guys, I got great news. For a limited time, we're offering a full 30-day trial to Draft Dashboard. You can try all of our DFS tools for all sports. You can try the Position Optimizer, where you can see the top players ranked for each position. And we added a new Player Trends tool, where you can see the top salary differences between FanDuel and DraftKings. It's a really good tool to help you pick out value for the site that you're playing on. Oh, and if you're tired of doing research every day, we just added a cheat sheet that shows hand-picked plays for the slate. No confusing stat lines, no headaches, just a simple cheat sheet that shows the absolute best players for your lineups.
Okay, let's take a look at the shortstop position. Now, I do like Xander Bogaerts. I think he's way underpriced, and he's got a new pitcher coming in, Randy Vasquez, low salary pitcher, so I do like Xander Bogaerts. At only 3,100 FanDuel salary, 2,100 more on DraftKings. FanDuel price is way too low for Xander Bogaerts. Now, Xander Bogaerts only has a batting average of .254, but he scored 16 fantasy points last game, 28 fantasy points a couple games before that, so he's still got some major upside. Price is just too low on FanDuel, that's all there is to it. Okay, but if you are looking to save even more salary here at the shortstop position, take a look at Gunnar Henderson with a 73% batting advantage over John Gray. Gunnar Henderson batting 45% better versus righty pitchers, batting a .801 OPS versus righties. John Gray giving up a .737 OPS versus lefties. Gunnar Henderson is 2 for 3 here versus Gray. He has a 2.334 OPS because one of those hits was a home run. Only 2,700 FanDuel salary, 1,200 more on DraftKings, averaging 9 fantasy points per game on the season. Now, only has a batting average of .210, but take a look at his last 3 games. Scored 18, 16, and 22 fantasy points in his last 3 games, so he's been on fire. So I like Gunnar Henderson here versus John Gray. Okay, moving on to the outfield position. You got Aaron Judge in a fantastic spot here versus Joe Musgrove as a home run hitter. Juan Soto in a great spot here versus Randy Vasquez as a home run hitter. And, let's just go ahead and go over Juan Soto. So Juan Soto has a 37% batting advantage over a low salary pitcher, Randy Vasquez. Juan Soto batting 37% better versus righty pitchers, batting a 1.023 OPS versus righties. Randy Vasquez, new pitcher coming in here, low salary pitcher. So Juan Soto is 3,600 FanDuel salary, 2,100 more on DraftKings, averaging 12 fantasy points per game on the season, has a batting average of .262, scored fantasy points in all 5 of his last games. 3 of those 5 were over 21 fantasy points. Also has a 28 and a 37. So I like Juan Soto here versus Randy Vasquez.
If you want to try all these daily fantasy tools for yourself, click the link in the description below this video or just go to draftdashboard.com. You can use our DFS lineup optimizer to build quality lineups using our picks and your own custom player pool. Click the link in the description below this video and try all these daily fantasy tools right now. Thanks so much for watching. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel and hit that bell icon so you can get instant updates whenever we post a new video. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this video, please smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Oh, and please comment below with your favorite player for this MLB slate. I love to hear what you guys have to think. Thanks again, and good luck.